Hello everyone, I will be talking about, it's me Shane, and I will be talking about my TRB Chicago experience, and I'm gonna basically talk to you a little bit about what it was like leading up to the concert, a little bit about the concert, after the concert, and then the next day after the concert when I saw BTS at my hotel. Yes, that did happen. This was my first concert, so what I expected of this concert, one, I was starting college. I was going to have to focus more on college, and not only that, we were needing to save money for like tuition and things like that. Yes, so I knew that if I was going to this concert, I just wanted it to be like the best experience I could have, because I don't know when was the next time I was going to have time for it. Next thing was, it was BTS, which means it's a K-pop group, and you never know when the next time a K-pop group is gonna roll up in your country, much less come anywhere but New York and California. This concert, initially I was going to go to KCON, but my mom was like, I'm not paying for it and you're not going to LA. Anyways, I told a friend of mine that, okay, let's just wait until a concert, or let's just wait until a group gets here and we'll go to that. A lot of stuff happened leading up to the concert. I wasn't going with the friend that we were supposed to go together, but she told me that another friend invited her. And this other friend that invited her, I don't know what her issue is, but whatever. But I don't think she likes me. I don't know. We don't talk. We're not friends or anything. We're not close. But I liked her. I thought she was cool. But we weren't. I wasn't going with the friend I was supposed to be going with, so I was going to the concert alone. The next thing was, we bought concert tickets. When I bought concert tickets, I was sitting a little further away. I wasn't in the very back, but I was sitting back, and where I was sitting was a good seat. Like, I'm not gonna complain about that. It was a good seat. Like, I liked it. Like, because by the time, like, when the concert was over, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of glad I sat where I sat, because if I'd been sitting any closer, I would have died at the concert. R.I.P. this army. Like, that would have been me. But I wanted to sit closer because guess what? My friend called me and she tells me that we're sitting in row 4 and we're going to get to the high touch. So we're going to the high touch. Means we're going to meet BTS. And they were sitting so close. Like, BTS, like, there was a part in the concert where BTS threw their water bottles. And I swear that when they threw their water bottles, like, the water was going to fall on them. So I knew that they were that close. They were close enough that if Suga just spit a little ways, it was just like, okay, my friend is getting the better end of the stick, is what it just felt like. And we were supposed to do this together, and here I am at the concert alone. And yes, I met people. Like, I focused on the fact that I was going to the BTS concert and that I was going to meet new people and stuff to help me, like, calm down about the situation, but just, it wasn't the experience that I was hoping for when I said that I wanted to do this. I am gonna say, like, I'm grateful that I went, because I know that there were people who can't go, and because of financial reasons, transportation reasons, I know that there are people who actually couldn't go to the concert and stuff like that, and I know they wanted to be there. So no, I am grateful. But I'm just gonna talk about what it was like going, like, leading up to that moment. And then this hotel issue, my mom, she's like, no, you can't get this hotel, get the hotel that's 10 minutes away from video. I was like, why get a hotel that's 10 minutes away from venue when there are like 3 hotels right across from the venue? Why would you do that? What sense did that make, getting something 10 minutes away when we can walk to it? Now you're gonna have to drive there and park, and you gotta pay for parking. It was this whole hotel issue. Then my dad, he got this hotel that was like $200 something, and which was way over what my mom was looking for. But she was like, we're gonna stay here, blah blah blah. And I was like, okay. And then on top of that, like, first of all, my parents do not like the fact that I like K-pop. Like, they are not here, but they feel like K-pop is a waste of time. I should be putting my focus on other things. I should be doing stuff I go to K-pop as a way of just escaping reality for a moment, because I know that when I'm not K-popping, I'm facing reality and it gets stressful. And I'm telling you, I mean, like, I just didn't see what the problem was wanting to see a group that inspires me. And not only that, it's music. I love music. So I just didn't see what the problem was. So that, knowing that, and then everything else that happened made me feel guilty. It made me feel bad for wanting to go, and it made me feel bad for even liking the music. And in the group and things like that. So it made me feel bad. And then other issues and things went on, and to this point where I had a mental breakdown the day before we left. Like the day before we left, I cried my eyes out that night. Like I cried, and I got so depressed that I was just like, I don't even want to go to this concert anymore. Like I said, going to the concert. It's great. And let me just say, ARMYs are gorgeous people. They are beautiful, beautiful people. I don't even know how can BTS do what they do, knowing that their fans are literally the most gorgeous people I've ever seen in my life. ARMYs are amazingly beautiful. Since I was depressed leading up to going to the concert, I focused on the fact that I was going to a BTS concert, and I let that fuel my happiness. So the night before the concert, there are like helicopters floating around. Like there was a fireworks show right outside my window. Like the hotel we were staying in, we were on a side where like I could see out the back of the concert venue. So like of course I was like looking extra hard to see if like any of the members would come out. But anyways, next day is the concert. We're like, yeah, going to the concert, got my stuff on for the concert, blah blah blah. We jamming, we screaming our heads off, concert video plays, everybody's like, wow. And then this craziest thing happens. Well, after the concert review's over, BTS walks out on stage. And I'm gonna put some links so y'all know just what it felt like to be in the room. Like, I mean, like, you weren't in the room, but the video should help you know what it must have felt like being in there. It's not my video. Woo! After this concert, do not ask me to do a fan cam for you. I can't do it. And not only that, I couldn't do it on my phone because my phone didn't have space, so I did it all on my Snapchat, and that's where I saved all my videos. But I was a little bit too late in downloading the videos to put them on my computer, and so Snapchat deleted all of my evidence from the concert. BTS walks out on stage, and that just set the tone for the concert. Like, shit was about to go down, y'all. It was about to go down. Excuse my cursing, but it was about to go down because they walk out on stage and all you see is their silhouettes and everybody screams. And BTS was on stage for a good 2 minutes. A good 2 minutes. And like, if you've ever stared at a clock for 2 minutes, it is a very long time. Especially at a concert. 2 minutes is a long time. They come on stage and the lights aren't on. They're just standing there. All you see is their silhouettes, and you can even tell which member's which, even though the lights are off, by their heights. By the way, just want to say this: BTS looks taller on TV, but in life, they are all roughly the same height. And also, they joke that Jimin is the shortest, but that is a lie. Yoongi is the shortest, but I guess it's like nobody really is gonna like F with Yoongi, so Jimin's the shortest. But I get that. And they're just standing there, man, and it was moving like for 2 minutes, not doing anything, standing there, and it was like, oh my gosh, like it was. I don't know. I thought I was gonna. My knees got weak. I thought I was gonna be knees weak, arms heavy. Vomit on my sweater, mom spaghetti. The people on this side of me were J-Hope stans. The people on this side of me were... The person on this side of me, she was a Yoongi stan. There was a guy in front of me. He was really cute. He was a Jimin stan. But at the concert, of course, I was a J-Hope stan. But for the concert, I was a Yoongi stan. And sometimes, like, being by people who stan another of your fave make you lean more towards that fave. Like, my top 3 are J-Hope, Rapmon, and Suga. But I was J-Hope biased, and I say was because 2 days ago I changed my bias to Namjoon, the other members, and focus on them. I couldn't. Yoongi looked, I don't know, he looked like a freaking king on the stage. Like, he just like so good. I didn't even know what to do with I was like trying to pay attention to other people. And there were moments during the concert where I like took some time to really stare at each and every one of them, because I couldn't believe that I was actually at this concert and that BTS was actually on stage, and they weren't like 50,000 miles away from me. They were like 20 feet. And it was just an overwhelming thing. It was overwhelming when they came out on stage and didn't move and just stood there for 2 minutes. It was overwhelming watching Suga. It was overwhelming just watching them all on stage. The whole thing was just overwhelming. They spoke English the whole concert. Like, it was really nice hearing them all speak in English. I remember, like, when they were doing their introductions, this was crazy. So, Jimin, every time Jimin talked in the mic, it was like, he was like, oh, like, he sounded like the Hulk or something. But I remember he was like, you say Jim. I said Jim, you say Min, Jim, Min. Oh, it was so cute. And like, and Jungkook introduced himself, and everybody introduced herself. I don't even remember who went where. And oh yeah, I'm your hope. I'm your angel. J-Hope. Oh my gosh. He's so, oh my gosh. Literally, BTS is really attractive also. Like, I know some people are like, Namjoon's actually ugly, but like, no. Let me tell you, Hunty, they are really attractive. They are really attractive in person. They are more beautiful in person. All of them are really beautiful. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Back to the introduction thing. Okay, they're all introducing themselves. Right after Jin introduced himself. Jin, my love. Yoongi was the next person. What was funny, that after Jin introduced himself, everyone started screaming because they knew that Yoongi was next. Everyone starts freaking screaming. Yoongi just stands there. He doesn't say anything yet. He just stands there. And then he does this. And we scream louder. And I'm like, that's him. That's Chicago. Oh my gosh. It was crazy. Anyways, the whole concert was amazing. The dance was tight af. Everything was perfect. Everything was in sync. I loved it. It was gonna cry. And it's weird because like this happened like five months ago, so I'm like, was it 5? It was great, but the whole time I could not keep my eyes off Yoongi. I tried so hard. I got so far, but not really, because of course everyone wants to know, Cypher, how did he go? Let me tell you something. They were performing some song and I don't remember the song. Let Me Know is my favorite BTS song. That went amazing. I just felt like I was gonna pass out of the concert. Anyways, but Cypher Part 3. Okay, right before Cypher Part 3, my three faves go off stage. So when they went off stage, I knew that song was next, which means that the only thing I could focus on was the fact that song was next. So yes, the vocalist was on stage, and I was like, I love this song, it's my jam. I love you guys, but not really. I was being extra fake because I really was like, so I was like, yeah, I love you guys, but like, Cypher Part 3 is on next. So I couldn't even focus on them singing. I was like, yeah, this is nice, but I'm like, they're going on stage. Okay, the song ends. I turned to my friend, my Sugar Bias friend, and I'm like, what song's next? They were on stage singing what song? And like, they come up, and I'm like, oh, shit. Like, y'all, it got crazy. Like, all I hear is dun, 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 dun. I dropped to the floor and like spun around and caught the Holy Ghost, and I was cursing so much, and I was screaming my head off, and I was lit. Like, Cypher Part 3 was literally, if you ever go to a BTS concert, and I pray that any of you watching do, Cypher Part 3 will be the highlights. I promise. Rapping. Also, I'm gonna send you a link to this video of Cypher Part 3 at the concert, because my friend showed me this after the concert, like when I went back to her house when we got back, and she showed me something that Namjoon does at the beginning, and his head, I don't know what it did, but he just did some kind of move that I thought he was gonna break his neck. Y'all haven't got to watch that, because when she first showed me, I laughed non-stop 60 minutes. Like, not really, but like I laughed a lot. Like it was funny. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. When Yoongi rapped at the concert, I was like, he didn't do anything. When someone, if he like took over the stage like that, like he goes up to do his rap, he doesn't move. Everybody else, J-Hope and Rap Mom were in the back. They were hype as shit. Whatever. Namjoon was a little too hype, but anyways, Yoongi was just rapping, but he didn't do anything. You know what Yoongi did? He went and put his foot on the amp and he just rapped. And that was the most powerful thing I ever seen in my life. Like, anyways, after the concert, okay, we're all like waiting for BTS to come out. And I'm gonna tell you something like the crap that went down. I met like some people at the concert. They're like really cool. They're from like the north, and I don't remember exactly, but we were talking about like the helicopter thing. Apparently BTS was filming, and there was all these rumors that BTS wasn't really staying anywhere near and blah blah blah. But come to find out, at that concert, that's when I found out that they were at my hotel. And then I met the CEO of Subculture Entertainment, and I happened to be going to school to major in performing arts and graphic design, and they were saying something about like always needing graphic design artists, so I may work with them like doing an internship or something like that. I don't know. But I met the CEO of Subculture. He was a really cool guy. We talked to this security guard that was in the pit during the concert, and he's like, his favorite person was like Jimin. Like honestly, after the concert I was so tired, but I was so lit, because like if you ever go to a concert and you're like hyped, that in that moment, that is the best part of your life. When you leave, it's like, what do I do with my life now? Like, I'm just gonna go home, and what next? like all this, like we just wanted to see BTS come out the doors, but security kept telling us that BTS had left and stuff like that, and we knew they hadn't left because armies are always on top of stuff. Armies were like, no, they haven't left, and they were like, how do you know they haven't left? And they're like, because they just updated their Twitter, they're still in there. It was so funny. Like armies were not having it. Like, we just want to see them come out, and they were like, oh, it was terrible. Like every they were so mean about it. I also stayed, like, I'm assuming the concert ended around 10:30, so I didn't go home until about 1. So that's how long I stayed. I stayed long enough for there to only be about 4 people left from about 200. 200 people came out back. This is a great part, y'all. So we're like, and I was like, okay, so they haven't left. I don't think they left yet. And I was sitting so we go eat. I woke up early, went to eat breakfast, and I sat in the lobby for like 2 or 3 hours, and I was just waiting. I was like seeing who was coming out there, and there was this girl that was there, and I noticed this girl, and I was like, why is she still here? Because technically she's with them, isn't she? I just sat and waited, and I realized by then I just decided and accepted the fact that I was not going to see BTS. I was just like, you know what? So I'm at the concert, that's good enough. It's fine. I finally accepted it, and I was just like, I'll just have to do that. And so I went upstairs, and my mom was like, you want to go to the mall? And I went, and we were on our way to the mall, and I come downstairs, and I'm like, there is a lot of people in this lobby. Like, I'm like, there's so many people in this lobby, and I'm walking past, and there's some guy standing like by this chair on his phone, and I pass him, and I'm like, there's so many cute Koreans here, like that one. And I'm pointing to this guy with blonde hair, and I was like, that guy really looks like Yoongi. And I'm like walking out the door, and he's walking out the door, and I'm like, man, that guy really looks like Yoongi. I get out the door, it's Yoongi, it's Sugar. I was like, and I turn around, the guy who happened to be standing on his phone by the chair, it was Namjoon. I passed Namjoon in the lobby. I passed him I was wearing my Rap Monster jacket, even though I wasn't Rap Monster prize. Anyways, when I walked past him, I will tell anybody this story. I know that when I walked past him, he looked up, because what I was wearing, he has to have noticed it, at least. He has to have looked up. But like, I was just looking around the hall. I was like, wow, there are so many people here. And I was on my phone, I had my glasses on, so I couldn't really see anything. But I do know, like, if I go back to the moment, I wish I had taken my glasses off. I wish I had taken them off. I wish I had taken them off to really see, because if I had done that, I would have been able to see the other members that were in there. But I didn't. I was focused on looking at this guy who looked like Yoongi. I get out. It's freaking Yoongi. And I turned around. I was like, it's Yoongi. So I turned back around, and there's Namjoon standing in the guy that I had passed was Namjoon, and he's walking forward. All of a sudden, somebody, I think it was Jimin walks out, then it was Tae, and then J-Hope walks out, and he's going that direction, and I'm standing there speechless, because I couldn't say anything, and my mom was pestering me about, go up there, ask them for a picture and stuff, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that, because some girl, I read some story about a girl who went to Six Flags, who was working at Six Flags there, and she saw them, and she tried to get a picture, but he said no pictures and stuff, or something like that, and I was like, so I didn't want to bother them. And I was like, I can't. But my mom was like pestering me about pictures. And then all these thoughts were running through my head about when I saw them. Or like asking me to get a picture, and me like watching them come out. And then like Namjoon, honestly, I feel like Namjoon wanted me to say something to him. Because the way he was coming out, like everybody else was just coming out. And then Jungkook, like Yoongi was... Guys, I'm telling you, Yoongi is beautiful. Like, you see him on your GIFs and your videos and stuff, and you're like, wow, he's so beautiful. In real life, it's just like that. Better. Even better, because it's real life. He's actually that beautiful person. Like, no lies. They're gorgeous. Anyways, Yoongi goes to the car, then I see Jungkook, my son, standing there, and he's just, like, looking around, like, you know, like, when you're about to leave a place and you're like, taking it all in before you go. Like, he was doing one of those, and I was like, my son, bless. And then like the last person to go was Namjoon, and Namjoon, like he was standing by there, and then he was standing by there, and then he stood in the doorway, and then he came out the doorway and stood, and then he crossed, and I like, okay, let's pretend like my cheeks is like the entire front. So I come out like here, and Yuki comes out like here. So I am literally this close to them. Like here's Yoongi, and here's me. Here's Yoongi, here's me. So I'm this close to them. So they're right there. I literally could have just walked and like, hey Yoongi. I could have just said, hey Yoongi, he would have heard me. So I was close to them, and this was going on for a good 3 minutes. So this was no high touch 30-second look and then they were gone. This was 3 minutes I got to see BTS, like a good long time. And I thought, like in my mind, I thought I was gonna cry because everything leading up to that concert was just terrible. And I felt so bad, and just getting able, and when I say that I'd hit rock bottom and and finally accepted I wasn't gonna see them, like I had accepted, like I was not expecting it at all. I didn't see Jin. The only person I didn't see was Jin, but everybody else was there. I'm mad at myself for not saying something, like saying even goodbye or something like that. Like I didn't say anything because I was so speechless, like seeing them. My mom was pestering me about taking a picture, and I knew I couldn't. And then like, what did I want to say? Like, what was I gonna say? Namjoon was there, and literally I got like several chances to say something to Namjoon, and I didn't. Because the first time I saw him, I should have said something then, but I didn't know it was him. By the time I got out of the lobby, I was freaking out so much about like that it was really going on. And then there was a bunch of other thoughts racing through my head that I could not even, like so much was going on in my head that I couldn't say. Like their names were on the tip of my tongue. I watched the members walk past me. They were really close. All I had to do was say something, and I couldn't. But like after that happened, nothing could break my day. So yeah. That is my TRB Chicago story. I got to see BTS. So thanks you guys for watching. Hope you liked this video. Sorry it was super long. It was longer than I expected it to be. So anyways, I hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Girl Scout, Boy Scout, everybody Scout, People Scout.